Hey, welcome. So we've all been there, right? You get all fired up to make some huge, life-altering change, only to find yourself right back where you started a week later. But what if the real secret to lasting change isn't some massive overhaul? What if it's something way, way smaller? Today we're going to dig into a strategy that totally flips the script on self-improvement, the 7-day challenge.
You know that feeling. It's that annual pressure to launch a new you with that crash diet, that insane boot camp, or some giant life makeover. And yeah, it's exciting for a day, maybe two, but that initial spark of motivation, it can turn into total burnout so fast.
Okay, so let's break down why those huge plans so often just fizzle out. Drastic overhauls, they're like trying to sprint a marathon. They demand this superhuman willpower, and almost always, they just lead straight to burnout. But small, daily steps, well, they're different. They're actually designed to fit into your real life, building real, lasting momentum through the quiet, sneaky power of consistency.
And that, right there, is the heart of this whole approach. It's not about the big, flashy gestures. It's about the incredible, almost hidden power of what we can call small wins.
This quote from James Clear it nails it. Think about it. When you put a tiny bit of money into a savings account, it feels like nothing, right? But over time, that compound interest works its magic. Habits are exactly the same. That one small positive thing you do today might seem insignificant, but those daily deposits, they compound into absolutely incredible results down the line.
Let's actually put a name to it. Incremental change. And just to be clear, this is not a quick fix. It's all about building a sustainable system for yourself. The goal isn't perfection, not even close. It's about making these little, manageable adjustments that you can actually stick with, creating this amazing ripple effect of positive change.
And I absolutely love this phrase, bite-sized wins. A 7-day challenge isn't the finish line. It's the perfect starting block. It's just enough time to prove to yourself that, hey, I can do this, shifting your mindset and building up that confidence to keep going.
Okay, this is where the math gets really cool. A 1% improvement each day. It feels like nothing, right? It's basically invisible. But look at the curve. Over a year, that tiny, consistent effort leads to exponential growth. It's just undeniable proof that consistency, not intensity, wins the long game every single time.
Okay, so maybe you're thinking, all right, I'm in, but where do I even start? Well, let's look at a blueprint. Think of it as a menu of simple 7-day challenges you can pick from, all broken down by category. Let's start with mind and body, kind of the foundation for, well, everything, right? You could try a simple hydration reset, or maybe a digital sunset, no screens an hour before bed. You see how manageable these are? The trick is to pick something that feels almost too easy. That, right there, is the sweet spot. All right, next up, mindset and growth. These are all about nurturing your inner world. Think about it. A gratitude flow, that's, 2 minutes before you go to sleep? Or a kindness challenge? That doesn't have to be some grand gesture. Holding a door, sending a nice text. It all counts. It's about building the habit of positive action. And last but not least, we've got space and life challenges, because a clear space can really lead to a clear mind. Notice the theme here? You're not decluttering your entire house. No, you're just tackling one single drawer. Or you're committing to just 15 minutes to finally attack that dreaded paper pile. Small actions, big impact. Okay, so you've picked your challenge. Awesome. But now for the big question. How do we make sure it actually sticks beyond a few days? Now, we're going to get into the strategy.
This right here, this might be the most important mindset shift you can possibly make. It is not about being perfect. Life is going to get in the way, you're going to miss a day, that's fine. The goal isn't a flawless streak. The win is simply getting back on track the very next day. Reward the effort, not the perfection.
So let me give you a really simple but powerful little framework for this. It's called the mini-map method. First, M for mindset. Get crystal clear on why you're doing this. What's your purpose? Second, A for action. Take that tiny intentional step. And third, P for progress. You got to track your efforts to keep that momentum going. And that last part, that P for progress, that is absolutely crucial. Because simply tracking what you're doing, even in the smallest way, is a total game changer for accountability. And listen, this isn't just some feel-good idea. We have the data on this. You could argue that the single most effective hack for forming a habit is visual tracking. In one wellness challenge, an incredible 80% of people who used a simple tracker completed their weekly tasks.
And the ones who didn't, that number dropped all the way to 50%. Just checking off a box gives you a little hit of satisfaction and proves to your brain you're making progress.
Now, there's often one last mental hurdle that trips so many of us up: guilt. We feel like taking time for ourselves is somehow selfish. But we have to reframe that. Self-care is not selfish. It is necessary. I mean, you've heard it a million times, but it's true. You can't pour from an empty cup. This is about recharging your batteries so you have the energy to show up for everyone and everything else in your life.
So, you did it. You finished a 7-day challenge. You're feeling that little bite-sized win? Now what? Well, this is where we see how one simple week can be the launchpad for a lifetime of positive change. Let's just zoom out and look at what this journey actually looks like over time. Day 1, you start one tiny little habit. By day 7, you feel that win and your confidence starts to grow. After a month, you're building real momentum. The habit feels easier. And after a year of that small, consistent effort, that is where you see profound, lasting transformation.
So really, if you take away just one thing from all of this, let it be this: start small. So small that you basically can't fail. Just focus on winning this 1 week. That becomes the foundation you can build everything else on.
And so that leads us to the only question that really matters right now, doesn't it? Looking at everything we've talked about, what is the one tiny, almost effortless habit that you can commit to starting today?